Legend speaks of an island where King Arthur's legendary sword Excalibur was forged, and where the mythical king himself went to recover after his mortal wounds at the Battle of Camlin. The island's name? Avalon. Because on this episode of Toyota History Tuesday, we're talking about the Toyota Avalon. Now, usually I'd put on my hat with the Toyota symbol on it. I left it at home. I know, I had one job. So with that being said, let's jump right into the history. In 1990 to 1994, Toyota had a prototyping and design project that they internally called the 299T. And this project was developing a full-sized sedan for the American market. They had not had a full-size sedan for the American market since the Crown was discontinued in the early 1970s. After design and prototyping at the Chicago International Auto Show in 1994, the Toyota Avalon would be debuted and enter production for the following year of 1995. Technically, it was being produced in 94 for the model year of 95. As we teased at the beginning of this video, Avalon is the name of a mythical island from the King Arthur saga, and the name in the saga actually has an origin to the Old Welsh and, some derivation of the Old Irish word for fruit tree or apple tree. Somebody at Toyota really did their research, because I personally think Avalon is one of the better names in the lineup. So this vehicle would be on a stretched version of the Toyota Camry frame, and it would feature a 3-liter V6 engine. For the Japanese market, this vehicle was considered a full-sized car or a luxury car. Although at the time it didn't necessarily focus on luxury, that might have had an indication of where the Avalon would have been taken later in its lifetime with future generations. What that meant in Japan is that taxes on the vehicle were higher, and it actually did bring the price of the vehicle up, especially seeing that it was produced in Georgetown, Kentucky in the United States. So this first generation of the Avalon, had a lot of great features and included debuting a lot of Toyota technologies. In 1997, for what is now completely standardized, but at the time was not, anti-lock braking systems would be standard on the Avalon. And for 1998, side airbags would be included for increased safety, and there would be a style update already. So not a ton of changes over the first generation of the Avalon, but in 1999, for the model year of 2000, the second generation of the Avalon would debut and be released. It had a style update, it was larger, and included many other minor updates as well. It would have 2 trim levels, the XL and the XLS. Very uniquely for its time, it featured an 115-volt outlet in the vehicle, something that is not very standard in vehicles of today. And although this technology would be discontinued for the third generation of the Avalon, it would become standard in many other Toyota products, including things like the Toyota Sienna. The Insurance Institute for Highway Safety would give this generation of the Avalon its top safety pick, also when it included side torso airbags as well to increase crash test safety. This generation also would be exported to Japan under the name Pronard, which is a derivation of the French word prôner. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. P-R-O with a little triangle over it, N-E-R, which is the French word that sort of means to command or to praise. In Australia, for a short period of time, 2000 to 2005, the Avalon would be exported to Australian shores. Toyota wanted to call it the Toyota Centaur, which I think is a pretty cool name, but they actually reconsidered and changed the name to the Avalon for the Australian market, as it was discovered that there was an Australian ship called the Centaur sunk by Japanese soldiers in World War II. So, not wanting any issue or any controversy, Toyota intelligently changed it and just kept it the Avalon for this other market. Really awesomely, in the Australian market, they would come out with this 2003 X-Runner concept car. This thing is a very Australian type vehicle, what they call a ute. It's sort of like a pickup truck, sedan, SUV situation. I don't really know if it looks all that conventional, but it had some really awesome features, including an ice box, slots in the bed designed for the tires of mountain bikes. It was 4-wheel drive with a live rear axle. It had a supercharged 3-liter V6 engine and a 17-inch plasma screen television. In 2003, they did want to put this into production, but due to other issues, it just wasn't able to happen. I really wish they did. I would have wanted one. A little weird looking, but super cool idea. Anyway, with that being said, in 2004, for the 2005 model year, Toyota would drop the third generation of the Avalon. And this generation would feature numerous improvements. There was a complete redesign, and the Avalon would now, from this point onward, completely embrace the fact that it was a luxury vehicle and have a lot of luxury features and feature a lot of technology and luxury performance. There were more trim levels for this generation, including the XL, the XLS, like we had in the previous generations, a touring trim level, which was discontinued in 2009, but Toyota would bring back. That's actually the 2021 Avalon Touring Edition that I'm in right now, and the limited trim as well. It would feature a 3.5-liter V6 engine, which could go 0 to 60 in 6 seconds. So in 2005, this was faster than the Celica, the Celera, and the MR2 Spider. Additionally, on the Toyota production side, Toyota would cut the production time per vehicle from 29.5 months to 18 months, which was a huge efficiency improvement. It was safer, receiving the top safety pick accolade and getting 5-star crash test ratings on every rating from 2011 onward. It had 5-star ratings in every category except for one, which it had a 4-star, which I think was the rollover rating before 2011 in this generation, but post 2011 it was 5 stars across the board. In 2008, this generation got a minor facelift. So in 2012, for the 2013 model year, the Avalon would actually be released in its 4th generation form. It would have another redesign, focusing more on luxury and actually take design features from the Lexus ES. 2013 would feature the debut of the Avalon hybrid powertrain as well. In 2016, the vehicle would get another facelift and redesign, and it was viewed as extremely safe. It got way more safety accolades as well. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration gave it 5 stars in safety, and in 2017 it actually came standard with the Toyota Safety Sense, which it still has standardized to this day. And this generation of the Avalon was known to be a highly desirable vehicle, not only because of luxury, but extreme reliability and extremely good resale value. Kelley Blue Book actually gave it Best Resale Value Award. In 2016, it received the Best Overall Value Award. And in 2017, Edmunds gave it the Most Desired Vehicle Award. Then coming up only a couple years later in 2017 for the 2018 model year, the 5th generation of the Avalon and current generation would be debuted. Another style update, including more luxury options. Apple CarPlay, optional adaptive suspension. Both of those things were first for Toyota to keep standard in a vehicle. Comes with a 3.5-liter V6 engine, which hits 301 horsepower, going 0 to 60 in 5.9 seconds. That's pretty darn good for a full-sized luxury sedan. If you don't go for the 3.5-liter V6 option, you're like, you know what, that's fine. I want a little bit more of a focus on gas mileage. Well, you can go for the 2.5-liter hybrid powertrain combined with an electric motor to come out with 215 horsepower, but with 53 miles to the gallon combined. As always, super good safety ratings. I've heard it said in many different ways in many different publications by just word of mouth or in people publicizing about it online, that the Avalon, pretty much any generation past the second one, is notorious for being an excellent first vehicle or for those who are elderly. And the reason why is because it's such an extremely comfortable and luxurious and user-friendly ride, but also extremely safe and known for its unending reliability. So in 2020, Toyota would actually release the Toyota Racing Development trim of the Avalon. I think this trim level is a sleeper. I have talked about it in other videos. I think it's really cool. It features a really cool style, but also a sporty tuned suspension, a sporty design, and sport exhaust. So I was just talking about that this was kind of good for elderly people or youthful people, but I have to say, this car looks awesome. I kind of want one. They're pretty cool. You know, don't sleep on the TRD Avalon. Those things are great. Additional trim levels are coming in 2021 with an XSE Nightshade Edition. That's gonna look really cool. And it's gonna include Android Auto. Interestingly, it's gonna have an all-wheel drive 4-cylinder variant as well. So, you know, if that's something you're interested in, that's coming in 2021 as well. And that takes us to today. You know, I started off this episode talking about a mythical island, you know, from the King Arthur legend, but one thing about the Avalon is it's notorious for that legendary reliability, the resale value, and the safety. But it comes in a package that's so comfortable with luxury options, things like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. There's a huge display screen right here. It's kind of off screen, but it's big. and coming with cool trim levels like the TRD, the Nightshade, and the Touring Edition like what I'm in right now. The Avalon has been a big part of the Toyota American lineup since the late 90s, and as I've said a couple times already, hovers around one of the best resale values and best value vehicles there are. So thank you guys so much for watching this video about the history of the Toyota Avalon. My name is Mitchell. I'm here at Fred Haas Toyota Country. Of course, we have a lot of these Avalons available. So if you're interested, give us a call at 281-357-4000 or just swing by 22435 State Highway 249 Houston. You can walk right in. Tell them Mitchell sent you if you want to. I'd appreciate that. So that being said, thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot.